So something else I want to point out to you folks is the track, of course, of Katia. It remains off the eastern seaboard of the United States, and it's basically recurving. There's a trough that's going to be off the eastern seaboard, protecting the east coast from Katia moving too close for comfort. But there's also a weakening of the western Atlantic ridge as well. So between the trough and the eastern seaboard of the US, the weak ridge in the west, it's going to then push across and through that weakness. Now, what's interesting, folks, is the track, the potential track of Katia in the coming days. You can see here, folks, that it crosses over the North Atlantic. Now, folks, once it reaches this point, say perhaps at the latitude of Cape Cod, much colder waters. Therefore, we've got weakening, as well as the colder waters. We've also got a much stronger upper level wind across from west to east. That's the jet stream, the westerlies. And what we're going to see is the system transitions from warm core tropical into what is known as extratropical, where it loses part of its tropical characteristics. It changes form, and we'll see the system develop frontal systems, frontal fronts, cold front, warm front, and it then becomes driven by the jet stream, and as well as the jet stream, the baroclinicity, basically warm and cold air masses, will then fuel this system across the North Atlantic, ripping across the North Atlantic at a much, much faster pace as opposed to the low latitudes down near the tropics. The reason being is the flow in the upper levels, the steering flow, is much, much faster, perhaps 50 to 60 mile an hour. It will rip across the North Atlantic, and the UK could be impacted by perhaps late Sunday into early Monday. Not as a hurricane, not as a tropical system at all, but what it will be is a fairly deep, for this time of year, a fairly deep area of low pressure, and it may impact the northern part of the UK, producing gale force winds, potentially gale force winds across the coast and up in the high elevations. We've seen, of course, the remnants of Irene over recent times produce a wind gust atop a Cairngorm mountain of 82 miles an hour, as well as Needles Old Battery, which is an exposed part of the western tip of the Isle of Wight in the south coast of England, where 84 mile an hour wind gusts were reported. So these systems, these ex-tropical systems, can be much deeper lows than what we would typically find in summertime or late summer. However, they're not tropical. They are fully cold core, driven by the baroclinicity of the mid-latitudes of the atmosphere. And what we do find is the remnant low, originally of Katia, will then control potentially our weather here in the UK by late Sunday and Monday. Strong winds, heavy rain, and generally miserable conditions is probably what we'll see by the latter part of the weekend. So I know this has been a long double video tonight, but there's plenty of things to talk about. I hope you can continue to stay tuned. I'm going to try and keep you updated as much as I can with clear, accurate forecasts as to what to expect from the tropics in the days and weeks that lie ahead for the remainder of the 2011 season. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a terrific evening, folks. Bye for now.